And I'm just roughly saying what it was. She was talking about how Cardi B is built like an ant. She talked about how Cardi B is supposed to be the pretty one, but keep changing her faces. Cardi B talking about she setting the pace, but she flopping. She talked about how, yeah, she's light skinned, but I'm really black. So Ice Spice did not spare any punches when dissing Cardi B.
And I'm just roughly saying what it was. She was talking about how Cardi B is built like an ant. She was talking about how Cardi B is supposed to be the pretty one, but keep changing her faces. Cardi B talking about she setting a pace, but she flopping. She talked about how yes, she's light-skinned, but I'm really black, so Ice Spice did not spare any punches when dissing Cardi B. Cardi and Nicki just ganged up on Ice Spice and exposed her for being a snake. There have been rumors about Ice playing both Cardi and Nicki, so she could use both of them to get ahead in her career. But nobody really believed it until Ice betrayed Nicki to join Card's camp. Not only that, but Ice was exposed not too long ago for trash-talking Nicki behind her back. They had some disagreements behind the scenes, as if all this wasn't bad enough. Word on the street is Ice was one of many side pieces that Offset had on speed dial whenever he was in the move to cheat on Cardi, and Cardi apparently found out about this. In fact, Cardi put up a series of tweets dragging Ice for filth with these allegations coming up. Child Ice Spice really be playing with fires to stay relevant for that upcoming album that ain't nobody talking about. Okay, so this entire mess went down after the popular wig maker the Bella brand jumped on Instagram to expose Ice Spice for refusing to pay over 20 customized wigs that she made specifically for Ice Spice for her tour. The wig maker claims that Ice and her team had contracted her to make 20 customized wigs for the tour, but Ice canceled last minute when the wigs were already made and ready to be shipped, still refusing to pay for it. What's even worse is that Ice wanted these dang wigs for free in the middle of the wig maker, exposing Ice for being a thief and trying to rip her off. She also spilled the tea about how Ice sent her several photos of Nicki's past looks and wigs for her to recreate. Ice was basically doing the copy and paste versions of Nicki's past looks over the years. She said, "You really disappointed me. Well, you asked me to give you the tour units for free, 20K in wigs for no promo at that now. When have you ever known me to do that? Thank you for making us make all these Nicki Minaj wigs. I'm going to go ahead and not upload the rest of the screenshots since this is supposed to be Princess Diana. But it's really always Queen Ona. Oh baby." But the Bella brand was not done with Ice just yet. She was sending on business, baby. She posted hella screenshots of her text messages with Ice, in which Ice sent her photos of Nicki dating all the way back to 2010, and some photos of Nicki this year, asking the wig maker to create an exact replica of those wigs. For example, in the text messages, Ice was asking for some bangs, to which the wig maker asked her if she wanted it to look like the one she had in her music video in her mood. But instead, I sent a photo of Nicki wearing bangs from just a few days ago and said no, the same thick bangs Nicki has on tour. Chill. The even crazier thing is people have been accusing Ice of copying Nicki for a while now and even trying to rap like her, but Ice and her team have been swearing up and down that she wasn't copying Nicki. For example, a few weeks ago, when she was accused of stealing Nicki flow for the song Fat Butt and stealing in Nicki's 2012 look, Ice's stylist came out and lied right out of her mouth that she wasn't inspired by Nicki and that it was actually a reference to Princess Diana. She said not everything is about Nicki. This was a Princess Diana recreation, aka what she and the general public have been calling her since she started rapping. However, when you look at them DMs, the wig maker posted Ice used a photo of Nicki from 2012 when she was asking the wig maker to create that wig. So she was in fact copying Nicki, but her stylist shamelessly lied and dragged the dead princess into it, knowing good and well Princess Diana ain't on Ice's me board. But baby, this mess was just getting started, because right around the time that Ice was getting dragged left and right for this mess with Nicki, she got into it with Cardi as well, and y'all already know how Cardi get down. She wasn't playing with Ice at all. Ice and Card's beef, on the other hand, was a bit unexpected, cuz not too long ago Ice and Cardi were chopping it out all over Twitter after Cardi posted several photos of her and Ice hanging out at a party. This made a lot of people question is loyalty to Nicki, because she claims she's a bar, but she also out there taking pictures with Nicki Ops. However, it looks like the relationship between Cardi and Ice is already in the gutter, because a song leaked from his new Y2K, and she decided to throw some shade at Cardi in her song BB Bell. She dragged Cardi for having multiple surgeries, and changing her face every 1 to 5 business days. Ice then dropped a bombshell and seemingly revealed that Offset has been lingering around in her DMs. She rapped, "Thinks she pretty but changing her face. Damn, falling behind like B, pick up your pace." It was funny till I took her place, her man calling, but I'd be like, who is this? I'm a switchy B. I really you this Ice was really getting brave on this song. Y'all, even though she didn't explicitly name drop Cardi, people connected the dots and knew exactly who she was talking about. Cardi herself also felt the exact same way, and she took to Twitter to remind Ice and all these other rappers who kept testing her patience she is not the one to be played with. She said, "These bees have absolutely lost their mind. I'm getting my lick backs on my album. Though on each and every one of you bees, these bees can't see me in numbers or status. Y'all have way too much time to catch up. Can't see me in money, can't see me in real estate fashion, and can't see me in person either. I'm not in a rat race with none of you bees, and I'm a show." All Cards fans also rallied behind her and dragged Ice like this person who said taking pictures with you but dissing you on their albums. Another person said they've been playing on your top for too long. But I don't want to see no crying when you whack them on the album has been going on. If you guys know, JT released her project and was sending shots at Cardi B, calling Cardi a flop, talking about how Cardi B, you know, ain't the fashion girl like she was in 2017. Bia came out and said that Cardi B don't write. Ice Spice has talked about being a writer. Ice Spice came out talking about our body, talking about her face. And so everybody's at Cardi B. Here's the thing, rightfully so from Ice Spice. I'm being neutral at the end of the day. I think that Ice Spice got her lick back on Cardi B when Cardi B brought her into an argument that she was having with a Twitter fan. Long story short, a Twitter fan insinuated that Cardi B uses the word "than" word and that she's not black, and Cardi B came out and said, "Well, why y'all saying it to me? But y'all let Ice Spice say then." Word Ice Spice jumped into the chat and was like, "Well, maybe that's because you know my parents are actually black, you know." And so they had a little back and forth then, and Cardi B pulled a stunt on her and said, "Hey Ice, why don't you post that picture you took with me at the Met Gala or whatever award show that was?" And so Ice Spice posted it. And so the internet went on fire because they like, "Oh, so you was sneaking around trying to be cool with Cardi B when you were supposed to be Team Nicki." And that was Cardi B's way of saying like, "Yeah, girl, you a fan, you know. I mean, post that picture with us. Why you trying to get cute?" He post that picture while you was fangirling. That's kind of what it was. So she kind of hold Ice Spice and son Ice Spice in that moment. Now, not unbeknown to us, we had no idea that Ice Spice said, "Okay, I got you, but I'ma put that in the tuck and I'ma save it for my album. I'm going to whack you with the BB belt." And that's exactly what she did. And so Cardi B's reaction, you know, she's justified in her reaction. But we can't sit here and say like Cardi B was just a victim. They were throwing shots back and forth. Ice and her team saw all the mess that was happening online, and both Cardi and Nicki were turning on her. So she decided to do some damage control by trying to convince people that she and Nicki was still cool now. If y'all remember, his ex-best friend Baby Storm leaked a couple conversations and screen recordings of their text messages just a few months back in which Ice was talking crazy about Nicki and even accused Nicki of being delusional and jealous. Mind you, these messages were leaked just a few days after Ice and Cardi linked up, so you can already imagine how livid Nicki and her fans was when they found out all the shady stuff that Ice was saying in these texts. Well, during Ice's latest interview with Billboard, she was asked about the messages, and she basically tried to insinuate that her and Nicki still cool. She busy as hell. I don't really think she cares about is like that coming from a random girl. But what I said in those texts was just in a moment of frustration around contract negotiations. I could have chosen different words. But at the end of the day, regardless of how I felt in that moment, Nicki is still somebody I respect as an artist, and I'm always going to admire everything she's done for me in the culture. But of course, no one believed a word she was saying. I mean, this is Nicki Minaj we talking about here. There's no way in the world that the Nicki that we all know was going to find out Ice was talking mess about her and still be cool. Like, in no world is that ever going to happen. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this. Like this person who said Ice Spice should be ashamed she used Nicki, and